Hello guys, how are you all doing? Here is a message to recruiters abroad, especially those who are employing Africans as teachers in an English program in any country that welcomes English as a foreign language or second language. There is this issue about qualifications from Africa and how long a degree program may take, and because some of these recruiters do not really understand the system of education in Africa, it has led to widespread doubts and even some derogatory statements about qualification from Africa. Hence, explaining why I'm creating this video. So to quickly begin, what you guys have to understand is that the system of education in Africa is almost the same like every other system in the world. However, the number of years of studies varies. In primary, pupils may spend 7 years studying in primary, although right now that number of years have been reduced by 1, so pupils may spend 6 years in primary before completing. And before primary, there is also elementary, kindergarten. There are some pupils who pass through kindergarten and spend 4 years there before going to primary education. And after primary, you've got to take a national exam. Like in the case of Cameroon, you have what is known as a first school leaving certificate. Everybody leaving primary school has to take this certificate exam, and if you succeed, it qualifies you to move on to the next level, which is lower secondary. And in lower secondary, there is the general system of education. It's not like other parts of the world where students may specialize at an early stage, but in Africa, you have to go through lower secondary, and the system of education here is general. That is to say, you get to learn almost all the academic subjects. And after 5 years in lower secondary, the student has to sit for a public exam. In Cameroon, is known as GC, ordinary level. Other West African countries or East African countries do have a name for these exams, but they serve the same purpose. It seeks to evaluate the ability of the student to move on to the next level. When the student succeeds in this exam, he or she qualifies to apply for further studies in higher secondary or upper secondary. And after 2 years in upper secondary, the student equally sits for another exam. In Cameroon, again, it's known as a GC advanced level. Again, here there is some sort of specialization, although it's not really specified. It's a bit broad. But after this level, then the student is qualified to move on to the university where there is actual specialization. And universities in Africa offers different types of programs, and each of these programs have different years of studies. There are some with 3 years, there are some with 4, and there are some with more than 4 years. And again, you have to understand that there is also the tertiary system of education. For those that choose the tertiary system of education, when they study there, they tend to obtain diploma. And with a diploma, you're qualified to enroll in a university to do a top-up course that qualifies you for a bachelor's degree. These things are quite common everywhere in the world. So I wonder why when some recruiters say job files from Africans indicating 3 years of studies, they tend to doubt and judge and make derogatory comments. It's absurd. We are in a modern world. If you are in doubt, go through the internet and research. Degrees can be verified from Africa. It may take time, but if you as a recruiter, you're bent on finding the truth, you definitely do your research and find out if an applicant has a re-qualification or not. So with a tertiary system of education, you can move on to a university for a year or 2 to obtain a degree. So degree here could be 3 years, it could be 4 years. It depends on the major of study. Seeing someone with a degree of a 3 years program doesn't mean the person is telling lies or he or she did not study. No, these things are real. Even here in Thailand, where I am, not to talk of other Asian countries, there are universities that offers diploma programs, and students from these universities qualify for a degree program in any of the major universities in the kingdom. So why is it different for African passport holders? For those that have an open mind, if you are a hiring manager, accept my apology in advance. Perhaps what I'm saying might offend you, but there are others who are quite bent on dragging the names of Africans into the mob. And I'm not disputing the fact that there might be some crooks. I would like to use the word crooks. I wouldn't want to use criminal in the field of teaching overseas. But the question is Africa the only place where dishonest people emanates from? There are dishonest people from all over the world. I wouldn't want to pinpoint specific nationalities for the sake of transparency, but we all know, you watching right now, whether you are a recruitment manager, whether you are from a government bureau office, a place, an immigration officer, you agree with me that there are crooks from every part of the world. So it's kind of annoying to see that a specific nationality is being pinpointed for such nonsense. It's not just Africans. There are other nationals that suffer this huge discrimination, especially those from non-native English-speaking countries. And it's funny that those that are held up high the radar, like the so-called native English speakers, many of them are hardly qualified to even perform the role of an English teacher in any part of Asia or the world. There are those who are backpackers. They come and engage in teaching as a way to survive, as compared to non-native who deliberately leave their country at an early age to come over, not just to hustle, but to contribute into the system. So please, if you're a recruiting manager, get your facts right and stop discriminating blindly. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please remember to hit the subscribe button, and if you need assistance with your travel arrangement, feel free to get in touch. Bye for now.